If you do what you always did, you will get what you always got. My friends, change your attitude, devote 10 to 15 minutes each and every day to charting these markets. You can do this. For those of you who are doing it every day, just stick with it, my friends. The answers, the skill set will come. Let's jump into these charts. We see stocks are down, bonds, gold, Bitcoin up. Jump into the S&P 500 first. We see at the end of the day, we had a lot of indecision in the morning. We've got a wick on top, wick on the bottom, green spinning top, and then down in the afternoon, down 0.44%. Still haven't gone to the red on the STC. We're waiting, ready for that to occur. Hasn't occurred yet. Where are we on the 2-day? It is still green, going up a little higher on this latest 2-day candle. Weekly, it is red, and we're talking about the STC. The candles themselves are green, reaching a little bit higher. So again, you've got that push in those higher charts, those longer term charts for up movement, but again, slacking off a little bit, not really spiking super high, but again, overall still moving up. Red on the STC on that big weekly chart, green on the STC on the 2-day. And of course, the half day is green, but appears right now to be bouncing off the 200 exponential moving average, which again tells us either we're going short if we're below it and it rolls over going down. If things push through it, then of course we're looking to go long when we have a confirmation and things are confirmed by the STC. Like with a rollover, when it goes from green to red, it, of course, signals we are to jump into that move as we did previously. Is that going to happen again? It might. We'll wait, watch, and see. Very similar on the NASDAQ 100, except down more, 1.02%. Indecision in the morning, spiking down in the afternoon, but not enough to rotate the STC over to red. 2-day is still green. It's green going up, not reaching higher highs. We can see that slowing down, but we do see that the STC is green. And on the weekly, do note that we are now pushing through on that weekly candle. Still started off below. We do see where it spiked up a little higher so far this week. So again, we do have some of those pushes there. We'll wait, watch, and see how these markets do. Are things going to rotate back over and hammer down? Don't know. So we're going to let the markets tell us what to do. Now let's move on out of stocks to bonds. Bonds up for the day, 0.69%. You can see where things really spiked up in the morning. That sort of settled out some in the afternoon. Green on the STC. We're waiting for what? Things to roll over. We're well below the 200 EMA. Well below the 200 EMA also on the 2-day. 2-day is still red. Pay close attention to that. And we see we have a green spinning top, indecision after 2 prior days of up movement. And what about the weekly? The weekly is red, not hitting the lows of last week. The STC on the candles, it's red, and on the STC. So we basically have a negative 14. We're just waiting to hit number 15 and things to roll over and head down. And those numbers I'm talking about, that's called the success multiplier formula. I'm going to put that training at the end of today's video. If you haven't taken or it's been a while, take it again. Don't forget, for all our Patreon members, the minute you sign up, you get what? You get lots of things. Probably the biggest thing you get is that 3-part series, Options Made Simple, the Charting Wealth Way. And we have our live Q&A tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern Daylight Time. Do tune in. Those instructions for tuning in are in the initial package that we send you. Still enough time if you want to sign up, participate tomorrow. Go ahead and do it. Patreon members, you have questions, problems, concerns, reach out to us. Let us hear from you. Give us the stocks, ETFs you'd like us to backtrack for you. Even if you can't join us, let us know. We always endeavor to tape those shows and we provide them to you. Now, let's look at where we are on gold. Gold up for the day, 1.02%. We can see where the candle up in the morning, slacking off a little bit in the afternoon. Of course, we jumped into that trade back on Friday in the afternoon. down Monday morning, Monday afternoon, popping up on Tuesday. Hadn't knocked us out yet. We had some concerns about this gold trade. We'll talk about that as we move to these higher charts, but we can see the STC still heading down, even with that 1% up move for the day. Today, again, red down candle. It is green on the STC. We talked about that posing some potential difficulty for us. We are red on the weekly chart, so the overall trend is down. Aren't hitting the lows yet we hit 2 weeks ago, but we do have a red down candle forming for the week. So we'll hang in there a little bit, see if we get tapped out in the morning or if things rotate back over going down. Of course, once you saw that green candle, you could have cleared it. No problem doing that. Take a minor loss, jump out. But we will keep our eye on things and see which way gold goes. You know, it's always interesting to take a look at what your volume's showing you. And you can see where the volume spiked in the morning and then, of course, died in the afternoon. So that's a good sign. Volume, you know, really spiking down. So, again, we'll just wait. We'll watch. We'll see. I'd love to see there be a lot more down volume, but it's good to see it go from green to red nonetheless. So occasionally we'll just take a look at that volume just to give us whatever help it might give us. Lastly, we'll go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin up for the day a little bit, 0.65%. We can see where on this half-day chart how Bitcoin spiked up back there on Wednesday the 26th and then started rolling over and losing some of that energy. Nonetheless, it was up some for the day. We look at where we are on the 2-day chart, not reaching those highs of 4 days ago, still green on the STC. And of course, overall, checking out what's going on with the weekly, and we can see again, trying to gain some momentum. So far this week, not reaching the highs of last week. We had those 4 weeks of upcharging, and then, of course, it died. So we'll wait and see. We have gone from red to green, which is potentially a good sign. Although, you know, we've had this up and this down. So we need some good trending. And, of course, we want to see everything moving up together. Hopefully, maybe we've made these lows somewhere in the 1820 mark. We'll see. Again, if it moves back down and hits around this area again, starts giving us a good firm bottom, which it's done about 3 times or so, we'll see. And we'll continue to keep an eye on Bitcoin. That's where we are, folks, as we end the day on Tuesday. With this new month upon us, going into Wednesday, the 2nd of November. We so appreciate you being with us. Again, we do love to hear from you. CW@chartingwealth.com. Interested in Patreon membership, please follow the link in your show notes. God bless. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.